Mike Williams, how's life on the road right now? Because you're on it, North America.
Well, I'm on tour, but I had to take a little break because our drummer tested positive for COVID.
Oh,
But he has no symptoms though, so he's not sick at all. But we had to take a little time off of the tour, so it's mandatory that we had to take time off. He's fine, But we jump back on the tour tomorrow in
okay.
Lawrence, Kansas.
And it's like that when you were on tour. How was it? Because it's like a little bit long time since we had I Hate God. Napalm Dead and Guar. In Canada certainly also.
Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't make any of the Canadian shows, but it was great. The tour's fantastic. It's awesome. The tour's been great. Every night's been amazing, and just a really cool tour to be on right now.
Do you find touring's getting better, or is it like more restricted and like just horrible now compared to what it was, or is it just the same? What would you say touring life is right now?
I mean, it's definitely not horrible. It's definitely, but it is restrictive. I mean, not really for me. I mean, because I'm fine with that. But people have to show their vaccination cards to get in, and or a negative test to get into the shows. So there's that, but that's going to be the norm. That's going to be the normal thing from now on. And no, for us, I mean, we can't have 100 people backstage, but that's fine with me. That's actually better, really. I mean, I
Okay.
can sneak a couple people back that I want, but so for us, it's not that bad. But I know a lot of people are complaining about other stuff, but people that go to the shows. But no, touring's great. I love it, no matter what. I mean, it's obviously what I do for a living is travel around in a van, and I live in a van right now. I just travel around and play music. I mean, that's what we like to do. So it's great.
It's like that. You guys got a new album, A History of Nomadic Behavior, and you released a video, and how's that doing? In the land of music.
I mean, the album's doing good. A lot of people like it, and it's out there. So it's good to have a new record out. Obviously, it's been 7 years since we put out our last one, so it's good to have a new record out. People seem to enjoy it, and that's makes me happy.
And keeping the tones and the value of the band, is it complicated to do, or is it we got to take a little 7 year break to get ourselves fresh again? What's your take on that?
No, I mean that's who we are. I mean, what we sound like is on the record. I mean, so the band is who we are. It's all components of each person, So it's we. I mean, we had been touring until obviously March of 2020, so we had like a year and something off, a year and a half or something like that off. But no, we jumped right back into it. Like, there's rehearsals all the time, and just get up to the practice room and and play. So it's not like we didn't do anything during that time. So yeah, it was easy just to those songs were. Actually, the music for that album was recorded in 2018, but I did the vocals in 2020 in Chicago. So, I mean, yeah, it's easy to get right back to it because that's who we are.
And Mike, when you guys go and dig in stuff from 2018, is it like it was just never done for a reason, or is it mostly like just no time to finish the product?
There wasn't much time because we were touring so much. We were actually pretty much on tour from 2017 until the pandemic happened. I mean, we had a few weeks off here and there, a couple weeks here, but I mean, we went everywhere in those 3 years. We went to Australia, New Zealand, Israel, South America, Mexico, Southeast Asia, Vietnam, Singapore, Malaysia. We toured everywhere. So, in 3 years we covered that much ground. So we really didn't have time to finish putting the record together as a whole. I hadn't done my vocals, so I had to do those, and then we had to mix it, master it,
Right.
do the artwork and all that stuff. And once that's done, it's ready to go.
And Mike, let's say you guys are touring all over the place, and you guys been around since Metal Maniacs magazines, and I'm sure the fan base has grown so much, in the last 2 decades.
Sure. Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, we've been around since 1988, believe it or not. And, yeah, of course it just grows and grows. I mean, that's why we do tours with bands like, we toured with Black Label Society, and we were opening that show. It was us, then Corrosion of Conformity, and then Black Label. So that gains us a lot of fans, and then especially on this Guar tour, there's a lot of young kids coming to the shows that are big fans of Guar, so they're experiencing us and they're buying our merch,
Mm-hmm.
and they're just discovering us. So, I mean, sometimes all the time that's great, but we also do our own headline stuff, But it's cool to jump on a tour like that and just, spread the word to other people, younger people that may have not gotten into us, So, yeah, it's cool.
What I find interesting is, like, you guys have been around, since you said 1988, and I remember you from the old Metal Maniacs magazine. And last time I talked to you, I do believe we talked about this. Like, this is 10 years ago, and it's like, where has this people been that they let's say never heard of Eyehategod, or just never opened the magazine? I guess back in the day.
Well, yeah, I mean, everybody likes different music, Some people may not like, or may have not liked, the super heavy, noisy stuff like us. So once they're exposed to it, they open their minds to check it out, It just takes an open mind, to listen to different types of music. And like I said, it's younger people. It's like the third probably generation of people like that, or like our old fans, like in those old days, like their kids started coming to shows, and now it's like their kids coming, So it's amazing. It's really been amazing, this whole thing, that we've even lasted this long. That we could still be a band this long, and still be just. I think we're better now than we've ever been, too. So, it's kind of amazing to me.
So, like, the pace that's going is like there's no retirement in the near future, and just keep on going, releasing albums here and there, and playing and touring.
Yeah, that's what we do. I mean, that's what we've all been doing for all these years. So why stop now? There's no need to stop now. There's no reason. It would have to take something. I don't even want to talk about that, because we're just going to keep playing no matter what.
Right. And it's like that. How far is your tour going?
Well, like I said, we missed some shows. So from tomorrow, I think there's only, I don't know exactly, but there's probably like a week more on the Guar tour. But then we're doing headline shows up the East Coast, up and down the East Coast. So we're going to when is the last show with Guar? I think New York.
Okay.
And then we do our own shows from there on out. Just us, and actually we're touring with Hank 4. I guess he calls himself Hank, but I don't know. It's Hank Williams Jr.'s son's kid.
Okay.
So Hank Williams Sr. would be his great-grandfather. So he's got a band now, and he calls it like 4 and the Strange Band. And I'm not really familiar with their music at all, but he seems cool, and he's a fan of our band. they got on the tour, so that should be interesting. You know, it's a different thing. We like to bring out bands that sound different and aren't your typical. We don't bring bands out that sound like us or copy us. You know, we bring out anything different. You know, any type of music that's different.
Good idea.
We like to expose people to different stuff.
It's like that. It'll bring you closer to Hank Williams Sr. You'll be that much closer. That's awesome. He was a big legend.
Oh, I played in a band called Arson Anthem with Shelton, Hank 3.
Okay.
So, you know, he's been a friend of mine for a long time, so we're familiar with them. And Jimmy actually went hunting on Hank Jr.'s property and got to hang out with him and stuff. I'm not that big a fan of country music like Jimmy is, but I'm sure it was a special time for him.
Wow, interesting. Well, it's like that, Mike. Hope you have a great experience, you know, for the rest of the tour, and that everything goes great, and you know, just keep on doing great music.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
And it's like that. Don't be afraid making YouTube videos. The people seem to love them.
Yeah, thanks, man. That's cool. We'll keep trying. Yeah.
All right. You have a good one, Mike.
All right. Take it easy, man.
All right. See ya.
Later.